We know the truth not only by the reason, but also by the heart. The heart has its reasons which reason does not know. Man is only a reed, the weakest in nature, but he is a thinking reed. All of man's dignity consists in thought. Man's greatness lies in knowing that he is wretched. Man's chief merit is that he knows his misery. We are something, and we are nothing. We are all in extremes. We are something by the immensity of nature, we are nothing by our weakness. Our imagination magnifies our condition, and conceals our weakness. We desire truth and we find in ourselves nothing but uncertainty. We seek happiness, and we find only misery and death. The greatness of man is great in that he knows he is miserable. A man is only truly great in knowing he is wretched. If man were not made for God, he would not be so miserable without God. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Man is but a reed, but he is a thinking reed. The whole universe need not arm itself to crush him. A vapor, a drop of water suffices to kill him. But if the universe were to crush him, man would still be nobler than that which killed him, because he knows that he dies, and the advantage the universe has over him, the universe knows nothing of it. The eternal silence of infinite space frightens me. The greatness of man comes from knowing he is miserable. It is dangerous to show man too clearly how much he is like the animals, without showing him his greatness. It is also dangerous to make him see his greatness without his baseness. It is still more dangerous to leave him ignorant of both. Man must not think he is on a level either with the animals or with the angels, nor must he be ignorant of both sides, but he must know both. Knowing God without knowing our own wretchedness leads to pride. Knowing our wretchedness without knowing God leads to despair. Knowing Jesus Christ is the middle course, because in him we find both God and our misery. Man is neither angel nor beast, and the misfortune is that he who would act the angel acts the beast. Men are so necessarily mad, that not to be mad would amount to another form of madness. We run heedlessly into the abyss after putting something before us to prevent us from seeing it. The last act is bloody, however fine the rest of the play. They throw earth on our head, and it is finished forever. What vanity is painting, which attracts admiration by the resemblance of things of which we do not admire the originals? The heart has its order, the mind has its order, but the heart has an order of its own, different from that of the mind. The heart loves God before the mind knows him. If we submit everything to reason, our religion will have nothing mysterious or supernatural. If we offend the principles of reason, our religion will be absurd and ridiculous. Faith indeed tells what the senses do not tell, but not the contrary of what they see. It is above them, not against them. Faith is different from proof. One is human, the other is a gift of God. All men seek happiness. This is without exception. Whatever different means they employ, they all tend to this end. The cause of some going to war, and of others avoiding it, is the same desire in both, attended with different views. The will never takes the least step but to this object. This is the motive of every action of every man, even of those who hang themselves. We are never satisfied. We always desire that happiness which is not ours. We are always in pursuit of something absent. The present never satisfies us. Experience shows us that happiness is only an illusion. Those who have the most possessions are not happier than those who have little. Vanity is so deeply rooted in man's heart that a soldier, a cook, a porter, and even a beggar brags and wants admirers. The condition of man is inconstancy, weariness, unrest. Man's sensitivity to little things and insensitivity to the greatest things is strange. There are only two kinds of men: the righteous who believe themselves sinners, and the sinners who believe themselves righteous. If one does not know himself to be full of pride, ambition, concupiscence, weakness, misery, and injustice, he is blind. We know ourselves so little that many think they are near death when they are well, and many think they are well when they are near death. It is not good to be too free. It is not good to have all one wants. It is not good to believe all one is told. If we dreamed every night the same thing, it would affect us as much as the objects we see every day. If an artisan were sure to dream for 12 hours every night that he was a king, I believe he would be almost as happy as a king who dreamed every night he was an artisan. Diversion is the only thing that consoles us in our miseries, and yet it is the greatest of our miseries. For it is that which principally hinders us from reflecting upon ourselves, and which makes us insensibly ruin ourselves. Without diversion we should be in a state of weariness, and this weariness would urge us to seek a more solid means of escape, but diversion amuses us, and leads us insensibly to death. When I consider the short duration of my life, swallowed up in the eternity before and after, the little space which I fill, and even can see, engulfed in the infinite immensity of spaces of which I know nothing, and which know nothing of me, I am frightened, and astonished to see myself here rather than there, for there is no reason why I should be here rather than there, now rather than then. Who has put me here? By whose order and direction have this place and time been allotted to me? We do not rest satisfied with the present. We anticipate the future as too slow in coming, as if to hasten its course, or we recall the past, to stop its too rapid flight. So imprudent are we that we wander in times which are not ours, and do not think of the only one which belongs to us. Thus we never live, but we hope to live, and while we are always preparing to be happy, it is inevitable we never are so. The present is never our end. The past and present are our means, the future alone is our end. Thus we never live, but we hope to live. It is only when we no longer expect it that we enjoy the present. We scarcely ever think of the present, and if we think of it, it is only to borrow light from it to arrange the future. Thus the present is never our end. It is only our means. Time heals griefs and quarrels, for we change and are no longer the same persons. Neither the offender nor the offended are any longer themselves. When we are in misfortune we think we are surrounded by a cloud which shuts out all consolation. We think only of our affliction, and of our weakness. We think we are unable to endure it. But let time pass, and we find that we are still alive, and that our affliction has passed away. Time brings us comfort, not because it gives us reason, but because it has brought a change in us. There is a universal law by which all things are changed. The nature of self-love and of this human ego is to love self only, and to consider self only. But what will man do? He cannot prevent this object which he loves from being full of faults and miseries. He wants to be great, and he finds he is little. He wants to be happy, and he finds he is miserable. He wants to be perfect, and he finds he is full of imperfections. He wants to be the object of the love and esteem of men, and he sees that his faults deserve only their hatred and contempt. The embarrassment in which he finds himself produces in him the most unjust and criminal passion that can be imagined. He conceives a mortal hatred against that truth which reproves him, and which convinces him of his faults. He would annihilate it, and not being able to destroy it in its essence, he destroys it as far as possible in his own knowledge and in that of others. That is to say, he devotes all his attention to the concealment of his faults both from others and from himself. We are never so thoroughly deceived by others as by ourselves. Man is so full of error that it has become a part of his very being. We desire truth and find only uncertainty. We seek happiness and find only misery. We are incapable of not desiring truth and happiness, and are incapable either of certainty or of happiness. This desire is left to us both for punishment and for remembrance of our original greatness. We cannot conceive either of a soul without body or of a body without soul, and yet this is what we most desire. Nature confounds the skeptics, and reason confounds the dogmatists. The skepticism which doubts of itself, and in which truth exists, is not a thorough skepticism. For to doubt of doubting, is not to doubt. Pyrrhonism is truth itself, for to doubt is to be certain that we doubt, and to doubt that we doubt is to be certain of doubting still. Thus the true skeptics doubt only themselves. It is true that they cannot be sure that they doubt of everything, but they are sure that they doubt. They are sure therefore that they doubt, and that is as much certainty as they can have. The heart has its reasons, which reason does not know. It is the heart which experiences God, and not the reason. This then is faith. God sensible to the heart, not to the reason. To make light of philosophy is to be a true philosopher. There are two excesses: to exclude reason, to admit nothing but reason. We know truth not only by the reason, but by the heart. It is in this latter that we know first principles, and reason which has nothing to do with it, tries in vain to combat them. We know we do not dream, however we may be subject to dreaming. We cannot reason ourselves out of the knowledge of first principles. We know truth not only by reason, but also by the heart. Reason acts slowly and with so many views, on so many principles, which it must always keep present, that it constantly nods off or goes astray. The heart does not act thus. It acts all at once, and is always ready to act. Nothing is so conformable to reason as the disavowal of reason. The last proceeding of reason is to recognize that there is an infinity of things which are beyond it. If natural things surpass it, what will supernatural do? Submission is the use of reason in recognizing its limitations. It is the heart which perceives God and not the reason. This is what faith is: God perceived by the heart, not by reason. Men despise religion, they hate it, and fear it is true. To cure that, we must begin by showing that religion is not contrary to reason, that it is venerable, and worthy of respect. Next we must make it lovable, make good men hope it is true, then we must prove it is true. Venerable because it has known man so well, lovable because it promises the true good. True because it has the true good. There are two kinds of men: the one who believes himself righteous, and the one who knows himself a sinner. The greatness of man is shown in knowing he is wretched. There is a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of each man which cannot be satisfied by any created thing but only by God the Creator made known through Jesus Christ.